The next match in the history of WrestleMania, WrestleMania 1, brings us to the first of the title matches from that historic evening, as Greg the Hammer Valentine defended the Intercontinental title against the Junkyard Dog. The Junkyard Dog, or JYD, gets his title shot even though Tito Santana has been feuding with Valentine. How will that storyline come into play? Also, Jimmy Hart becomes the first manager to accompany multiple wrestlers in matches in WrestleMania in the same WrestleMania in history. Check out the match if you get a chance, whether you see it on Peacock or find it online somewhere, and tell me what you think in the comments, what your memories are or thoughts on this match. Here's what I have to say. First, we start with Lord Alfred Hayes introducing the next match, the first of the WrestleMania title matches as the Intercontinental, and it was spelt that way with a hyphen between Inter and Continental back at WrestleMania 1, is on the line as Greg the Hammer Valentine defends against fan favorite Junkyard Dog. Jimmy Hart and Hammer cut in front of Hayes, and Hart laughs in the megaphone, noticing that Hart doesn't yet have the megaphone. Hayes stumbles over his own words as he goes to send it back to the pre-taped, or as he says, retaped words. What? Anyway, Valentine, in those interviews, talks about how he is in the best shape of his life, down to 248 pounds. And then JYD anticipates that he may get his hands on the IC title in just a few minutes. He also calls Hart a weasel. Hart and Valentine are introduced in the ring, and then another WrestleMania first, the first entrance with live music playing over the PA system. Now, if you watch this week on, or any time on Peacock, you will hear Grab Them Cakes by the Junkyard Dog himself from the WrestleMania album. The wrestling album. But if, like me, you have the original VHS releases and you heard Another One Bites the Dust by Queen, was his actual song at the time. JYD didn't switch entrance themes until later in 1985. This match is what you would expect from the contrast of styles. JYD's hard head is utilized, and Valentine works the tree trunk legs for the figure four. As we get to the finish, Jimmy Hart gets on the ring apron, JYD grabs him, and Valentine accidentally knocks Hart off the apron. I gotta say that Jimmy Hart takes that bump like a champ. He falls off the ring apron all the way down to the floor, taking a straight back bump. JYD then works Valentine in the corner, where the Hammer leg scoops the challenger and pins him with his feet on the rope. As Monsoon and Ventura are arguing over the finish, Tito Santana comes in and informs the referee about Hammer's cheating, and of course, referee Dick Kroll believes Santana and orders the match restarted, where JYD will win by countout. Valentine is irate at this and tries to get back in the ring at Santana, but little 110-pound pipsqueak Jimmy Hart holds him back. Monsoon tells us at least 5 times that the IC title doesn't change hands on a countout. This match is what those in the industry call a Dusty finish, named after Dusty Rhodes, who, as Booker in Florida, Georgia, and Jim Crockett Promotions, loved these fake finishes. Usually it's the good guy winning a title only to have it ripped away and given back to the heel. Of course, this is 1985 WWF, and Dusty is nowhere to be seen in Vince McMahon land. To me, the finish made no sense. End the match on the cheating pinfall and have Santana run down and argue with the referee, and then go after Jimmy Hart and Valentine to set up the IC feud better. Having the title match end on a countout just to have the good guy come out on top in the mid-card seems pointless. I give the match 2 out of 5 stars. JYD, aka Sylvester Ritter, was 32 years old at the time and would pass away in 1998 from a car accident. Greg Valentine was 33 in his first IC title reign, which he won from Tito Santana, and he is still alive. Hart would become the first manager to appear twice in the same WrestleMania. He was 41 years old and is still alive. What do you think of this first Intercontinental title match in WrestleMania history? Leave your thoughts below. Also, as a part of my WrestleMania reviews with this 5th match, I want to introduce a new ranking system based on the score I give it. As you can see, the previous 4 matches are rated. There are 2 3 out of 5 star matches, a 2 out of 5, and a 1 out of 5. Now, given the JYD Valentine match 2 out of 5, it will go here with Santana and Executioner. I actually like the Santana Executioner match a little bit better, mainly because it had a better finish. So we have a new number 4, and it's Greg Valentine, we mark champion, versus Junkyard Dog. Wrestlemania 1, and the score is 2 out of 5. That moves Bundy versus SD Jones down to 5. So again, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Thank you.